Oh brother, oh brother, oh brother.
It is that time. Yes, it is that time to do another Apex request payout video, and I'm pleased to report that I requested and was approved for another max payout, aka cha-ching, another $40,000. For those of you who have been paying attention to this particular series, you know that that brings the running total for the life of these individual accounts to $200,000 and plus $160,000 year to date. That's because they actually all started at the beginning of December. So for the year 2024, okay, plus 40K, but then another 160 in the year 2025, i.e. 5 total max payout requests, 40K each times 5. That's the $200,000 number. As I said, that's very exciting stuff. I'm very proud, but in this particular video, I want to talk about something even more important, a recent mindset shift that I've had that I believe is gonna help save my accounts. And if you don't know why my accounts need saving, you missed out on some crazy drama, so I'm gonna let you know some key lessons I took from there. Now, obviously, if you enjoy these type of updates, these types of breakdowns, these types of, I guess, insights into the mind of an absolute degenerate madman, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. With that being said, let's get into it. First things first, let me actually show you the dinero. On Tuesday, February the 11th, after the market closed, I had enough trading days to do another 2K request from all 20 accounts, and I put that in. It was approved on Monday, February the 17th. As you can see right here, all 20 approved, 2K each. That's the 40K, and it's scheduled to hit my account on Thursday the 20th, just for anyone who wants to know about the timing of this type of stuff. Now, a very quick sidebar, for those of you who are confused what Apex is and Sim to Fund it is, I did cover it in more detail in earlier videos in this series, so make sure to check those out. I just don't want to end up wasting anyone's time and repeating myself. Now, if you have watched those videos, you know the last time that we chatted, my accounts were much better off. Right here is the current state of all 20 of my accounts. You can see that, yeah, I've traded a lot more days. I'm now up to 52. Unfortunately, the P&L is a lot worse off. When I left you, it was, I don't know, up 40,000 each. And at one point, the high was 46. And now I'm sitting all the way down at 17.5. So yes, I'm very happy that they're in profit, but there's a very big question of what in the world happened. Well, to be completely honest, it's a tale as old as time. Your boy went on tilt, and to get myself out of tilt, I went on more tilt, and then to fix the 2x tilt, I kind of went exponential and I went 4x tilt. And unlike the other stories where I share with you of like a miraculous recovery, it didn't happen this time. Just I ran out of my 9 lives of degenerate trading and I took a really serious hit. And actually, it happened the day after I did the request. I was sitting there the day after I requested, so I'm talking about February 12th, that Wednesday. I just could not keep it together. I don't want to bore you with the specific details, but every single rule that I laid out in that first or second video of this series, I broke them again, ripped them in half, threw them off a building, and seemingly didn't care about them. The total damage per account was about 22,000, which if you run that math, multiply by 20 accounts, in one day I was down about $440,000, which is huge, and it's even much more painful when you realize I was this close to being up a net $1 million. If I'm being honest, I kind of knew that this was coming. When you have such large variance swings and just keep getting lucky, not everyone is permanently lucky, and eventually you come to the end of the road, and I knew it was gonna happen. In a certain sense, I'm happy that it happened without losing all my accounts, but obviously I wish it never happened, and even if it did, I wish the loss was even half or something a little bit more manageable. But yeah, no, I'm definitely in the trader's doghouse right now. This was a huge loss to me, not only financially, but also mentally. When you go through these types of swings, it does some lasting damage. Unrelated to this massive hit, for those of you who watch the live show every Monday to Friday, 9 to 11, and we also stream the special events, just live degenerate trading together, feel free to check it out. You know that right after this happened, the very next day, I was actually already going on a trip with my wife, going to old Mexico, trying to get some sun, trying to calm down. And obviously after this, I very much needed it. And it was on that trip when I was many pitchers deep into old sangria that I came to a realization that I want to kind of talk about. because I'm finding it currently helpful to keep me stable and not rip out my hair. And I just want to share it with all of you because when we all go through these swings of trading, I think this might be beneficial at least to one person watching the video. Now, I should add a little bit of a caveat here. I'm not a psychologist. I'm also not your mother. And this might be horrible advice. I might honestly just be gaslighting myself, but I just want to let you know what's working for me. When I was on my trip, I had this one thought that all of a sudden brought my mind to ease, and it has to do with perspective. So think about it this way. When you have an account and you're starting at value X and it grows and grows and grows and grows and grows and then falls down horrifically, that's painful because you mentally know your high water mark. But let me give you another situation. What if in some parallel universe, you start an account, you're trading more conservatively, more slowly, and that ends up being where you are in the first situation, where you end after the fall? What if that's your all-time high in the second situation? So I'm saying, what if in both situations, you end at the same value, but it's just a different road there? In one situation, you rip really high, and then you come all the way down and you stop there. What if in the other situation, you just slowly grind up to it? I couldn't stop with this thought process when I was on the plane, especially of imagine if I was going on this trip and I still had the same $17.5 thousand that my accounts are currently up. But what if that was a new high? Two different roads getting there. One is just grinding higher and higher and higher, new all-time high. The second one is I clearly blow by it and then fall all the way to it. So it's the same end result, but it all has to do with the road of how I got there. If I did that, I was thinking on the plane, man, if I knew this was my new all-time high after getting all these payouts on the road to 200,000 in payouts, I'd be elated, but I'm not because I know in reality that I was way better off. So in both situations, you end in the same space. Both situations, you're profitable, but just knowing how you got there is seemingly, at least for me, what was so problematic here. It's because I knew that at one point I was way, way higher, where in the other situation, I would have been so stoked. I'd have been like, nope, you're crushing it. Consistency, small gains, small gains, small gains. And I could have been there. So I think it's this game of perspective that could actually be massively beneficial, or it could be horrifically detrimental. So like I said, maybe I was gaslighting myself. Maybe I was having a couple too many mojitos, but I kept thinking about it that way of like, no, this is what trading is. And what you have to focus is, are you making good decisions? Because if so, you're gonna be at the right place where you should be on the road. Now, in reality, I wasn't following what I should be following. I broke all the rules. I already said that. But in the framework of how I was thinking about it, I was like, okay, you've proven to yourself that you can grow something high exponentially. Okay, you know you have the skill set. So I was trying to reshape my own mentality and focus that, like, okay, we're always chasing those highs. We all play Monday morning quarterback of,
If I did this perfectly, this perfectly, this perfectly, this is how much money I could have.
but we know trading is an imperfect science. It has to be because there's too many unknown variables. So when I kept diving into that more and more and more, all that matters is not really the results of anything, is are you making the right decision over and over and over again? Not are you getting the best result, because we're not in control of the best result. We're only in control of us making the best decisions for our system, our methodology, whatever have you. So at that point, I was like, okay, this is kind of an interesting way, a little bit of self-talk, not as negative as it's been, where day in, day out, all I should focus on is my little trading journal here. And did you make the right decisions today? Let's not focus on did you have a slam of a winner or a horrific loser, anything like that. Sometimes the right decisions are going to still be losses just because the market didn't break in your favor. And other times it's going to be amazing winners. But what matters, it's the same. What are you in control? You're in control of exclusively making the right decisions. And with that, I truly believe the path of how we get there then kind of becomes a little bit less relevant because you know that you're at least on the right trajectory. So I just wanted to share that. I don't know if it's really profound. I thought it was interesting because I felt that it helped me a little bit more stable rather than going into a spiral. Because to be completely honest, that was my entire goal. I was like, when I'm taking time off here, my entire goal is to not spiral, because then I could lose all of this money. So it was that particular vein of thought that I was really just diving into a bit more of like, okay, this is going to happen. Doesn't matter if you're making money, losing money, you know what to do the right thing. And that's what matters, because that success over the long term is going to compound. So I wanted to share that, especially for any of you watching this video, especially if you made it into this point of the video of me just rambling. I wanted to share it because maybe you're going through the rough patch and you might just need to simply reshape reframe your own mentality of what's going on, because there's things in the market that are going to be outside of your control. Your exclusive and only goal is to stick to exactly the disciplined trader you know you can be. And if you think it's going a little bit off the rails, you just got to calm down and take that step back, because this is a marathon, folks. It is not a sprint.